Hey guys, Crystal5 here with episode number 35 of this Frankfurt career on Football Manager 2019. We're back for season 5? I think this is season 5. Yeah, because we did 2 seasons with Watford. That was our second season with Frankfurt. We're into the third, so this is season number 5. How time flies, you know? So this was supposed to be a review episode of last season. I recorded that and it came out at 45 minutes long, which I think is a bit too long. Well, I know it's way too long. So I'll try again next year, at the end of this season. And I'll try and keep it between like 15 and 25 minutes. But yeah, because it was my first time trying to do one, I was trying to find out what everything was. And I talked a bit too much about certain things that I probably could have just went over. We are now going to go over the signings, preseason, and a couple of Bundesliga games I have already played because of the games that I think would be better to start the season. So we'll start off with the signings. So this one we've already known. We've known this one since January. It is... Oh, fuck. So the first signing we've already known. We've known it since January. It is Dan Axel Zagadou. We signed him from Borussia Dortmund on a pre-contract deal. Got him for absolutely free, which is brilliant. He's 23 years old and he can grow into a really good player. So he's 6'5", which is also really good. And if we go to the report, he is the 4th best centre back we have at the club. Currently, I'm starting Cameron Carter-Vickers and Ndika as my back 2. I would not mind selling on Ido. He is, out of them all, the one that I would not mind losing. And then that would mean Zagadou could become the rotation centre-back. The next player I signed was Stefan Jankovic. He is from Maribor. He is Slovenian. And he's a goalkeeper. And he's got potential to be a brilliant goalkeeper. Who's Slovenia's... So Slovenia's goalkeeper right now is Jan Oblak. So he's probably the next Jan Oblak. He's 6 foot, which is a bit short. He is 18. I don't know if he'll grow any further. He's currently 2.5 stars, potential 5 stars. And he's going to be the backup to Renau for the rest of this season. Maybe work his way into the first team for next season. But we picked him up for 550k. He's already worth 650. He's played he's played 2 games in non-competitive games. Kept a clean sheet. And he played 1 game in the cup. And he kept a clean sheet in that as well. So he's got 3 total clean sheets. His next 3 were just literally backup and mentoring players. So we've got Patrick Herrmann, 31-year-old German, right midfield. I said we needed a right midfield backup. We've got that. We've also got backup to the backup with Juan Cuadrado, 34-year-old Colombian. And he and Herrmann are both mentoring in a mentor group with De Bock, which is brilliant. And I also thought Moussa Dembele, 35-year-old Belgium, put him in a mentoring group with like Alex Blesser, Aguiman. Right, so, and the next one is 35-year-old Moussa Dembele, and I thought we can put him in a mentoring group with Aguiman, Alex Blesser, Fernandez, and he'll help them a lot. But look at this, I've actually just noticed this. His last time he won a career milestone was the Dutch Super Cup in 2009 with AZ Alkmaar. So in all his time at these 3 different Premier League clubs, he had 7 years at Spurs, didn't win anything. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. As for outs, we've just literally got rid of some deadwood and we've loaded out some youngsters. So the first player out on the 2nd was Steven Skrzbicsk. He has gone to Werder Bremen for 3.4 mil. I think Werder Bremen got relegated last season. Yes, they did. Now, if we look at his history, he didn't even play for us last season. And he's played very sparingly over the past couple seasons as well. So, good deal for him. 3.4 mil for him, I think is good. This one we've known about for a while. This happened in January. Timothy Chandler joining Toronto on a free. His final game for the club was the Europa League victory. He was at the club for 7 years, and he had a good career here as well. But he did, unfortunately, and he actually started his career here. I didn't even realise that. So he started at Frankfurt in 2004, played for the second team, joined Nuremberg for free, and then rejoined. So that's pretty cool. And his final game at the club was the Europa League win, which is nice. A loan, Kaká we sold for 4.5. This is a player that my head of youth development signed on a free. And he's crap, isn't he? Otto's been loaned out. Follett, another Deadwood player, we've sold to Hanover 96 for 1.5 mil. He's actually worth 1.5 mil, so we've got his value. Not too bad. 30-year-old centre-back. He would be further and further down the pecking order, unfortunately for him. Now, onto some youth guys. Ricardo Antonio, one of the best youth players we have in the club. Centre-back, potentially to be one of the best centre-backs of the club. 18 years old right now. He is on loan at Holstein Kiel, a Bundesliga 2 side. And he's playing decently for them. 9.1 in the German Cup is brilliant. Next is Thiago Franco. You know him, the next Ronaldo. We have sent him to Bayer Leverkusen as a rotation player. And they are actually playing him in the attacking midfield left position as well, to hopefully retrain him in that position. You can see here, we have two very, very good left mid play. We have two brilliant left midfield players in Saidi and Franco. But right now, Franco can play in that attacking mid left position, so that's why he's staying at the club. The next one is Antonio Tarver Dez, another Portuguese centre-back, and another one that has potential to be really good. Not as good as, not the best player at our club, but he has got potential, and he's at FC Twente on loan. Wiedewald, our goalkeeper, because we signed Jankovic, we could sell on this guy, and we sold him on for 500k, meaning basically we sold Jankovic for 50k. Tommy Fink left on a free, Turka left on a free, and Max Bershka, the Russian, is on loan as well. And I have currently got offers in for this man right here, Marko Obrandovic from Partizan, a Serbian left winger, and he's already class, and he can only get better. So he would come in and he'd be the best player at the club. We need to retrain him for the attacking right mid, but that's easily done. And we've put in a bid for him, but he has also have bids from Sevilla, and is also interest from Arsenal. And also for the right back position, we haven't currently done any replacements yet. So I have found this guy right here, Felipe Montero. 2.5 stars currently, potential to be one of the best right backs at the club and probably in the league. And as a backup for Tete, I think he is very good. We have played his release clause of 8 mil. And now we are just waiting for contract talks to begin. Let's quickly go through the preseason. Right, so preseason was brilliant. We had one loss, and it was at home to Monaco. Lerma got a red card. They scored in the 75th. Every other game in the preseason was a win. Now, onto the Bundesliga. First game was against Braunschweig. They're a newly promoted side. We beat them 4-0 away from home. Saidi got the first goal of the season in the 25th minute. They scored an own goal in the 72nd, and then we turned it on from there. Jovic got a goal in the 80th, and Fernandez got a goal in the 88th. But unfortunately, Freddy de Bock picked up an injury in this game 15 minutes into the season, picked up a knock. He has 4 to 2 weeks left on the injury. He was out for a total of 4 weeks, so he's already had 2 weeks off. But luckily for us, his ability hasn't gone down, his potential hasn't gone down. Just a couple kick stats, balance. This can all go back up relatively easily. The first home game of the season was just as good as the first actual game of the season. It was a 3-0 home thrashing of Nuremberg. Saidi getting the first goal in the game again, so he's the top scorer so far this season. Marco de Rassa got one in the 66th, and Lerma continued his goal scoring ways in the 82nd minute. The new captain of the club, just showing why he should be the captain. And then there was this game. This was a 1-0 victory after extra time against Erzgebirge, who are a second Bundesliga side. But I did play a heavily rotated side, and they were absolutely tired by the end of it. But it took a 95th minute Ezekiel Abarco free kick to win this one. But it was because we literally played a completely rotated side. Now, today's episode, we have Paris Saint-Germain in the Euro Super Cup and FC Bayern in the Bundesliga. And we'll also have the Champions League group stages, which will be in next episode's games. Another injury I do need to mention is that of Midana Injai, one of our Portuguese talents. And he is 2.5 stars. He's good enough for the bench this season. Potential to be one of the best at the club. He is going to be trained to replace Lerma. So I'm going to train him as a box-to-box midfielder to replace Lerma. But you can see here, because of the injuries, bravery's gone down, agility, balance, stamina, strength. Unfortunate, really. He tore his ankle ligament, and he's going to be out for 4 to 7 weeks. He was up. This happened during the preseason. It was very unfortunate. But he should be able to recover from that well and not lose too much potential or credibility. Right, so into this game against PSG. Let's go. So if you guys can cast your memory back a couple of years, we were knocked out in the Champions League by PSG after we knocked out Eintracht Frankfurt with Watford. I don't know if you can remember that. I think we got to the quarterfinals and we knocked Eintracht Frankfurt in the first round and then got knocked out by PSG in the second. But as for PSG, Schindler in goal. He's making his debut. Rafael Guerreiro, Milinkovic, Marquinhos and Romero as a back four. Jorginho in that regista position. Milinkovic-Savic, who used to play for Man United on this. Neves, Sigis Under, Mbappe and Gomez. Is that Mario Gomez? No Neymar or Cavani. Oh no, Cavani's on the bench. Fekir, Suso, Felipe Anderson, Kolasinac, Rabiot, Kimpembe, Van der Beek. They have got some incredible talent. Jesus Christ. Guerrero to Gomez. Whipped into the back post. Mbappe gets to that. Good tackle by Saidi, fellow Frenchman. Luke Shaw bangs it upfield. Marquinhos is going to head it down. Only as far as Lerma. Being tracked there by loads of men. Saidi into Alex Blesser. Back to Ndika. Over the top to Saidi. That's good play there. Got space in the middle. Shoots! He's already got 2 goals this season. He's got confidence on his side. So it's not Mario Gomez. It's a player called Maximiliano Gomez. 26-year-old Uruguayan. 52 million value. Jesus, he's good. Okay, here we go. Working off way upfield. Lopez. Jovic. That's good. Good pass in there. Into Blesser. Lerma. That's a brilliant ball out to Saidi. Cuts inside. Plays it through to Luka Jovic. Shoots to the near post. Schindler gets a hand to it. That was a great shot. Jovic is playing out wide whilst Freddy de Bock is injured. And he's been doing quite well. Ndika. Neves. Jorginho. Milinkovic-Savic. Out to Guerrero. Under. Cuts inside. Good tracking there by Blesser. Over the top to Mbappe. Luke Shaw. Cut across. Milinkovic-Savic scores. Luke Shaw kind of fell asleep there. You can't do that with Mbappe. You fall asleep with Mbappe, he'll be 50 yards in front of you. Gomez. Look at this. He's got his back to Mbappe, which isn't good. And look how far ahead of him he already is. Good header from Serge. Renau could have done a bit better, but 1-0 down. 43 minutes in. Renau out to Carter Vickers. We're going to work our way upfield here. Ball over the top. Spatafara. Can't quite get to it. Headed to Mbappe. Over the top to Under. Get control of that Tete. Neves. No! Gomez tucks home. It's 2-0 to PSG. We got very unlucky there. Guerrero, 50 minutes in. Whipped in Ndika. Heads it right back into the path of Carter Vickers. He's got Spatafara making a run. Ndika. Lerma. Pass now from the back. Look at this. We don't feel the pressure. Renau. Up to Saidi. He's been very good this season, Saidi. Look at Spatafora. Look at the space in front of him. Hits the post. How unlucky can you get? Tete. Spatafora. Can't control the throw-in again. We lose out to a throw-in. Guerrero out to Mbappe. Plays it back to Romero. Great tackle there. Lerma. We could be on the counter here. Jovic has played through. Finds Saidi out wide. Whipped across. That's a brilliant ball to Spatafora. Shoots first time. Schindler with the save. And it's eventually cleared away by Guerrero. We're now 77 minutes in. To Ndika. Again, working our way out from the back. It's what we like to do. Fernandez. Lerma. That's a nice ball over the top. If De Grassa can get to it, and he can. Needs options up with him, though, because he can't shoot from there. Spatafora scores! The young Argentinian gets his first goal of the season. De Grassa, that's a good... They work well together, De Grassa and Spatafora. They really do. Lerma with a nice ball over the top. De Grassa does well to get to that. And he just knows that Spatafora will be making the run in there somewhere. And he tucks it past the keeper. It's 2-1. We're right back into this now. Otto, 87 minutes in. Mbappe to Milinkovic-Savic. Rabiot. Back to Milinkovic-Savic. Mbappe. Savic. Otto. Working their way upfield nicely here. Kylian Mbappe. Into Milinkovic-Savic. Looking to shoot. Great save now. Really nice save there. Spatafora, 93 minutes in. Whips it. Straight into the hands of the keeper. That's going to be the game, though. Really, we put in a good performance against the Champions League winner. But unfortunately, it wasn't quite good enough. A 2-1 loss. Even game. We actually had the more shots, more possession. If Lopez had played well in this game, I think we would have won. We just got unlucky in this game. Hopefully, if we put the same performance against Bayern, then we should be able to beat them. I'm going to say unlucky, boys. But offer for Monter, nice. So our director of football will discuss the contracts with him.